All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. And today I got a whole bunch of good crypto news stuff for you. And it's a little bit of, oh boy, what did Kwon do now? But it's a little bit old news, I got to admit. But Terra founder Kwon loses $11 million after the Luna collapse. So in case you guys didn't know, this has been going on for a little while, but it's pretty much official at this point. He definitely lost $11 million. Embattled Terra founder Kwon has effectively lost a total of $11 million on a bet that he took against two cryptocurrency traders in March regarding the future price of Luna. So self-proclaimed semi-retired degen Algod this week claimed victory in his 1 million portion of the wager. He tweeted that the bet was lost the moment he Kwon forked and airdropped. Algod, who criticized Luna as an overpriced Ponzi, was responding to a suggestion that the new Luna could spring a surprise and rally beyond the bet's mark price of $88, making Kwon the winner. The duo took a wager on the future price of Luna, the native token of the Terra ecosystem. They each placed 1 million in a bet in which Kwon believed that Luna would trade above $88 by March 14th, 2023, exactly 1 year from the day of the bet. So they made this bet March 14th, 2022, that Luna would be trading above $88 by 2023. Now, of course, Luna is something like 0.0006 cents or something along those lines. It's a fraction of a cent, and the blockchain is no longer working. So technically, the bet is not over yet. However, some of the terms of the bet was that the tokenomics of the coin would not change at all. So by forking the coin, the tokenomics have changed. So officially, the bet is over, and the other person has now won. So Kwon has lost. So confident that the token would not fail, the Terra CEO accepted yet another bet of $10 million with pseudo-anonymous cryptocurrency trader Gigantic Rebirth under the same conditions as those agreed with Algod. So being that Luna would be above $88 by March 14th, 2023. In total, all the parties involved agreed to transfer the equivalent of $22 million in stablecoin to an escrow wallet managed by crypto influencer Jordan Fish, popularly known as Kobe, which he would send to the winner on a pro rata basis. Kwon may now have lost both bets after the price of Luna crashed to $0 in May. His latest effort to save the token and the bet by splitting the blockchain into a new chain called Terra 2 will not suffice. So according to the terms of the bet, the parties agreed Luna would stay the same denomination and that the wager would not cover hard fork risk. But Kwon has created two separate tokens, Luna Classic representing the old chain and subject to the bet, and Luna for the new chain. It was agreed that changing the tokenomics would cause an instant loss for Kwon. So new Luna is already void from the bet. Kobe, custodian and arbiter of the wager, explained it is not clear whether Kobe had transferred the money to the winners. So this is a tweet here. It said, bro, the ticker agreed upon was Luna. It says, no, it was agreed that changing the tokenomics would cause an instant loss for Doe. So new Luna is already void from the bet. At the time of writing, Luna Classic was worth virtually nothing, or 0.00009, while the new Luna traded 12% down at $6.41. So, I mean, technically, like, the Luna Classic blockchain is no longer functioning. I'm not even sure if you can actually even trade it on exchanges. So technically, like, it's not over, but he changed the tokenomics. The chain is now forked. So I agree that the bet is over. Kwon has lost. He changed the tokenomics. The chain is now forked. Regardless if you could even still actually trade Luna Classic on exchanges, you could never really get it off of the exchanges because the fork is no longer functional. So it's like trading it is totally irrelevant. Even if you had $1 million of it, it wouldn't matter because you couldn't get it off the exchange anyway. So Luna Classic is totally kaput. So yeah, he totally lost a whole bunch of money, to $11 million. So, oh boy. What did Do Kwon do now? So Do Kwon, probably the greatest loser of money as a developer in cryptocurrency history. I think you would have been better off as just a rug puller. I think he would have been a better rug puller that he would have been as a at least even remotely reasonable developer. Incredible. Moving on, Bitcoin rises after snapping longest ever losing streak as investors seek a market bottom. So even CNBC does not believe that this is the bottom, because today we had a slight rally. Let me just show you on CoinMarketCap here. We're at 31,346 Bitcoin. So we've had a pretty reasonable rally today. It's something up like 5%. You can see everything's got a nice little chunky line to it. Bitcoin rose over the weekend as crypto investors continue to look for a bottom following a rough 6 months of selling. And down here it says, we believe this rally is a bull trap, which I do as well, and that Bitcoin may have a short-lived gain, but it is more than likely going to resume the downward trend we've seen for the past 2 months. Head of research at Valkyrie Investments. Uncertainty in the global economy due to high inflation and the likelihood we are in a recession, paired with the prevalence of central bankers raising rates, is likely to force all assets downward, at least through the end of the summer. We still believe this confluence of factors is likely to lead Bitcoin to as low as 22,000. And I don't think that's too crazy. 22,000 does seem about right. It could even go lower, especially considering next year is supposed to be an even worse situation for just global finance in general. Reuters blasts Binance for $2.35 billion in money laundering problem. Binance, one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world, may have let billions of dollars worth of hacked funds transact through a platform. A new investigative report from Reuters has found. According to the report, Binance allegedly processed more than $2.35 billion of stolen funds between 2017 and 2021. The funds, the total of which was calculated from court records, law enforcement statements, and with the help of blockchain analysis firms, are said to have originated from on-chain hacks, investment frauds, illegal drug sales. Blockchain research firm Chain Analysis has stated that Binance processed $770 million in criminal funds in 2019 alone, and the Reuters report singles out entities having allegedly laundered money through Binance, including the Lazarus Group, the North Korean cybercrime syndicate responsible for hacking $550 million from the Ronin Bridge last year. And this is the problem with these centralized exchanges, is that it brings all the heat to cryptocurrency, and they used to have previously lax KYC requirements, and this is the problem. It just makes them have more and more KYC requirements. And this is what I've been talking about lately, is that there's all this regulation coming towards crypto, and it's more and more and more, and it's never really a good thing for the average person. It's never going to be really a good thing. It's like Ukraine has been accepting Bitcoin and things like that for the war effort. And like, that's great for Ukraine and all, but it's not really going to be a good thing in the end. And then like supposedly Russia is using Bitcoin to skirt, sanctions and whatnot. And I don't have like any proof of that. I'm not sure where you can find that, but allegedly they have been using that. And again, that's not going to be good because, the whole Silk Road thing, WikiLeaks, and politicians getting the idea that it's, Bitcoin's only for drugs, Bitcoin's only for money laundering, that sort of thing. And then it just makes regulation happen and more KYC, and it's harder to find, exchanges where you can just cash out real quick. And it's just, when has regulation ever been a good thing? It's just really not. And this is just an example of it, and it's just going to come back on us, not on Binance, not on Coinbase, not on these exchanges. It's just going to come back to us because it doesn't really matter if they KYC. It's just going to come back to us. And you could say, oh, well, why not just use, a decentralized exchange or something like that? Most of the time, that's not a problem, but sometimes it is a problem because of their low volume. You go on there. Even MetaMask or something like that, you use a new coin and the liquidity is just so poor that you end up getting robbed in terms of like buying or selling. You end up paying a lot more, or you end up getting a lot less when you sell, and that's a problem. So volume is a major concern for me and a lot of people in terms of exchanges. So moving on here, Bored Ape Yacht Attack Club hacked. Loses 360,000 worth of NFTs in phishing attack. And I don't even know how you go about selling these afterwards because, well, NFTs are, quite unique. So it's just like, everybody knows where this is, and it's just like, hey, would you like to buy my Bored Ape? You're like, isn't that the stolen Bored Ape? Like that very specific numbered, very, very, very specific numbered Bored Ape? You're like, yeah, it could be. Very hard to sell this afterwards. The Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT was hacked Saturday, losing upwards of 200 ETH worth of NFTs, according to reports. According to the data from blockchain security firm PeckShield, very strange name, 1 BAYC and 2 Mutant Apes tokens were stolen in the scam. Fortune reported that the hack was the result of phishing attack that compromised the Discord account of Boris Wagner, the project's community manager. After obtaining Wagner's login credentials, the attacker posted fake links in the Discord channels of the official BAYC and its related metaverse project called Other Side, according to the report. Twitter user NFT Herder was the first to spot the compromise, tracing the stolen funds to 4 separate wallets worth an estimated 145 ETH, around $260,000. Yoga Labs confirmed the hack on the official BAYC Twitter account, reporting that its Discord servers were briefly exploited. And this is a problem with Discord. Discord gets exploited all the time. I was running a Discord for a while, and then I exited it. I don't even run a Discord. I made a Discord for myself a long time ago. Like both me and a friend made a Discord at the same time. We just decided to use his, and that's what like everybody was joining for a while. And I actually made my own Discord. It's like a MrSotko Discord, but like nobody ever joined it, and I never even really joined it. It's just like we just decided to use his. And then when I was using it and inviting people from the channel, you know, to like come and chat and things like that, it was just overloaded. People were just saying that they were getting, you know, messages from like me and things like that about like, you know, investing and like WhatsApp and things like that, and like, you know, click here. It was just getting overloaded with bots and things like that joining it. So Discord is just incredibly exploitable. Anybody that sends you links and things like that, it's really hard to trust. I mean, because anybody can just basically have a name, the exact same thing. And I know you have like that unique number next to your name, but nobody really even checks that. And it's hard to know whose unique number actually belongs to that unique person. So yeah, Discord's pretty exploitable, but I might actually, ironically enough, I might actually have to start up my own Discord again here sometime soon, because as exploitable as they are, I recommend nobody actually like use them for finance at all. But they are kind of nice to share them, dank memes, and talk on them. But moving on to CoinMarketCap, as I said, a slight rally today, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Again, I just don't see any good news on the horizon that is really going to pump Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency market. The cryptocurrency market relies on a couple things. Good news pumps the price of Bitcoin, something like, you know, Tesla accepting Bitcoin, that sort of thing. We had like Chipotle or something like that accepting Bitcoin, but it's just not enough. Like nobody's going to go out and buy Bitcoin, then to take Bitcoin to Chipotle just to specifically buy, instead of just, you know, like pulling out their debit card and buying Chipotle. Like nobody's going to do that, right? And anybody that already has Bitcoin to buy Chipotle with, that's not buy pressure. So that's not really going to help that much. It's great for overall transactions, but for the most part, doesn't really help that much. And then, you know, so good news helps the cryptocurrency world for the most part. And then, you know, halvings are the other huge thing, because like all of those major rallies that we have seen throughout the history of cryptocurrency, the big ones that you remember, you know, like 2021 kind of deal, 2017, 2013-ish, you could probably say, those are all following 6 to 9 months later after a halving. It's just every time. So the next big one that I predict is going to happen is going to be 2025-ish, because the next halving is March or May of 2024. But I've got some videos to come up on that, you know, just to create awareness of the next halving. I got some videos on the horizon for the Ethereum proof of stake transition. I'll be working on some of those eventually. I'll probably be creating a bunch of those. I bet a lot of YouTubers will be making those as time gets closer, but it seems like the Ethereum developers kind of keep kicking the can down the road, as a lot of those updates that were supposed to come out, and the merge between proof of stake and proof of work was supposed to happen a while ago, and it keeps supposed to happen, and then they're just like, it's supposed to be later, and then later and later. So I'll keep making those videos, but don't expect the exact date. They keep kicking the can down the the road. And maybe that's for good reasons. For a good product, it takes good time. So, but that's all I have for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And as usual, I'll see you guys next time.